Welcome to another episode of OG55. We have longtime friend of the channel all the way from the UK, Mr. Matthew Muir. Today we're talking about the Disney princesses, more specifically the princess concert a few months ago, and Matthew's idea for the next one. We have a lot to talk about today with Mr. Matthew Muir all the way from the UK on this episode of OG55. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55. Today, we're talking all about the Disney princesses. Matthew came to me with this topic. I thought it was really interesting. We're going to dive into it. Matthew, how are you today, my
Brilliant,
friend?
thank you.
Perfect. Matthew, if you could just let everybody know, and I'll be linking it in the description, but let everybody know where they can find you on social media. You're a very passionate Disney fan. I want people to know where they can, follow you. And go ahead.
You can find me on Instagram on Matthew Muir.
There he is, and I'll be linking that information in the description down.
And also on Blue Sky at MattMuir24.
There he is. He's also on Blue Sky. Now, neither one of us are on X anymore. I mean, I have my account, but I haven't logged in a long time.
And I've been banned.
And he's been banned. So, you know what? That's awesome. Actually, Matthew, you're better off without it. You know, X is a very toxic place. That's why I haven't been on there either. But, okay, so Matthew, let's dive in. So there was a princess concert back in August. You know, I think we talked about a little bit on the live shows. You submitted a few questions about it. And you have an idea for the next one. We're going to dive into that. But before we dive into that, I want to ask you, I want to pick your brain about the Disney princess in general. For people that don't know, I know because we're close friends. But like for the audience, what is your all-time favorite classic Disney princess movie, or even recent? I mean, if it's recent, either way.
For me, I'm now having to kind of split hairs because it's like one for each era.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Go ahead.
So I obviously consider Cinderella the icon of the classic princesses, those who were brought to life during Walt's era.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's tap into that. Cinderella is a beautiful character, and I almost see Cinderella as like the princess of all the princesses. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
I feel like she really is the epitome of elegance, right? And just the way I mean, gorgeous with the silver sparkly kind of silvery blue dress and the whole thing. But so Cinderella is your favorite of the Walt era, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about the resurgence, the Renaissance era in the late 80s going into the 90s? Who were your favorite princess? Because we got Mermaid, we got Jasmine, we got Beauty and the Beast.
I would probably say it's a crossover between Ariel and Jasmine.
Okay, so like they're neck and neck, like they're
neck and neck.
Okay, and you know the thing I love about The Little Mermaid, and I love Jasmine too. I love that movie, but the thing I really especially love about The Little Mermaid is the history behind it and what that movie did for the Walt Disney Company, and that was really like Howard Ashman's movie, right? And I every time, Matthew, that we talk about stuff like this, I always bring up Howard because Howard is such a legend. And I want to, in my own little way, with my own audience, my own like little, sphere here at OG55, my own little corner of the internet, I want to keep Howard's memory and legacy alive. So, God bless Howard Ashman. He was an absolute Disney legend, and we wouldn't have a Disney today if not for that man, in my opinion. But so Little Mermaid and Princess Jasmine. Okay. Now, what about the current era?
I would probably say it's a crossover between Rapunzel and Moana.
Oh, those are good ones. Those are really, really good ones. So that's a tie between Rapunzel and Moana.
Yeah.
Now, Rapunzel was very important because she kind of ushered in another renaissance in a lot of ways, right? Back in 2010.
Yeah.
And it was really the first time that they were able to like get like human characters to not look kind of like creepy, right? Like I remember watching Tangled and being like, wow, we're actually seeing like human characters in CGI that are not like, Andy's mom in Toy Story or something. They look kind
Yeah,
of
like
weird back.
even in Meet the Robinsons and even in Bolt, they looked a bit imperfect.
They did. Now Moana, man, I mean Moana is absolutely I mean she's the queen right now. I mean that franchise has turned into a massive juggernaut. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? I mean, and rightfully so. It's a beautiful film and the music is amazing. But before we dive into the concert, I mean, what do you think about Moana? I mean, I know we had the sequel, which was very successful, but we have a live action version coming out in not too long from now. Do you think that's going to do well? Because I'm asking you because I know you don't really like live
I
action.
don't think it will. I think this just might be the film that finally burst the live action bubble.
Okay, so you think the live action Moana will be a flop, or like a Snow White level flop, or maybe not
Yeah,
that bad? Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I mean, we'll see. See what happens. I
I
mean,
feel like if there's at least two live action flops in close succession, then Disney might either cut the loss completely or at the very least pull back.
yeah. Well, I hope so in terms of I don't hope it fails because I don't want anything to fail, but I mean I hope they pull back or even if they got rid of the live action movies, I'd be fine with that as well. I think they're very much unnecessary. They don't really add a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? They feel like obvious cash grabs and it's
Yeah,
just except for a few. Like I'll be honest with you. I thought the live action Cinderella was a beautiful movie. I
and the
thought that
live
movie.
action Jungle Book as well.
Yes, live action Jungle Book as well. And even the Maleficent movies, I didn't love those movies, but at least they bring something different to the table, right? It's not just a beat for beat remake. So those were kind of clever in their own way. But by and large, yeah, the live action movies are lazy, Matthew. I mean, they're real lazy. So hopefully they move away from that stuff. Okay, so back in August, there was a princess concert. If you could, because not everyone is aware of this concert. So if you could set the stage for everybody, what was this concert exactly?
It was basically just a celebration of World Princess Week, and they brought back four of the most popular actresses. They brought back Jodie Benson as Ariel, Paige O'Hara as the original voice of Belle, because I believe since 2011, she's had to pull back a bit because her age has kind of taken a bit of a toll on her voice since then.
Since 2011.
Yeah, since 2011, like she has to vocalize soprano for hours on end to be able to achieve that youthful tone.
Wow. And that's Jodie Benson?
No, no, that's Paige O'Hara.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paige O'Hara. Okay. Wow, that's
Age
wild.
has taken more of a toll on her voice than it has done for most of the other veterans.
Yeah, because Jodie sounds I thought I heard her not too long ago, and she sounds still pretty good, right? She
Her
still sounds
voice
like
is aged
Ariel.
like fine wine, basically.
Yeah, fine one. Exactly, exactly. Okay, so we had this princess concert back
And
in
then there
August.
was and then there was Anika Noni Rose as Tiana and Orly E. Crevalio as Moana. And as hostesses were Susan Egan as Megara and Jennifer Goodwin as Judy Hopps.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Susan Egan, man, what a legend she is, right? I mean,
Yeah.
she was Belle, right? Wasn't she the first Belle for the
Yeah,
stage show?
in the Broadway adaptation of Beauty and the Beast, and she and Paige O'Hara have been extremely close.
Mm. I love it. I love it. I remember seeing Beauty and the Beast on Broadway when I was a kid, many, many, many moons ago, Matthew. Probably before you were even born, but it
Yeah,
was, but it was pretty
I must have
awesome.
been like 1994 or 95
Yes, it
when you
was.
were still
Yeah,
in your teens.
yeah. I was in my teens. Exactly, exactly. So okay, so this concert happened in August. Now you came to me with a cool idea, and I'm gonna let you kind of take over here. But you came up with a great idea for a possible like the
Follow
next
up.
concert. Yeah, a follow up. And you had a great idea. Go ahead and let the audience know what your idea for part two is.
A second concert this time, but this time we were bringing a few lower key stars.
Okay. So this concert, because the first one was a lot of heavy hitters, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like this one, you want to go more low key. Okay.
yeah.
And who like in terms of more low key, who would you go for? Not
But
now when we say low key, we don't mean low key from Marvel, right? No,
no,
I'm just
no,
kidding.
no.
No, but go ahead, Matt. I'll let you finish.
First of all, I would obviously bring back Jodie Benson and Orly E. Crevalio. I would also bring back Susan Egan as hostess, and I would bring back either Jennifer Goodwin or possibly, Linda Larkin as Jasmine's speaking voice.
Interesting, interesting. Okay, cool. Now,
The singing
like
voices.
what about like really really low key princess? Like what about like I forgot the girl the from Atlantis.
Uh,
Do you remember? her
Yeah,
name.
yeah, I do remember that film, and I don't like to say this, but I think Disney has taken the approach of making them guilty by association
Right, right.
because some of these films were flops.
They were big flops. A lot of
I
those
don't
were.
like that mindset of guilt by association.
Yes, no, I completely understand. I completely understand. So this would be a more, like you were saying, more of a low key sort of celebrating some of the lesser known or less not as popular, I guess you
Yeah,
could say, Disney
those who aren't
princesses.
quite as prominent on the global stage.
Yeah, yeah, and I like that idea. I like that idea a lot, you know. I think that Disney needs to kind of embrace that, even with some of the flops, right? Because okay, for example, a lot of the movies now, a lot of the iconic films in the Disney library, a lot of those films didn't do so good initially in their box office run. For example, Pinocchio did not do well. You know what I'm saying? Fantasia didn't do well. But look at Pinocchio, uh, so much of that movie now is so ingrained in the Disney experience. I mean, When You Wish Upon a Star is essentially the theme song for the entire company. You know, I mean, you see Pinocchio stuff all over the parks, like Jiminy Cricket, in the fireworks shows and what have you. So it's important, I think, for Disney, even though these movies financially might not always hit, it's important to sort of go in there and embrace them going forward because you want to keep those characters alive. And honestly, they do have a life outside of the initial box office run, like we've seen countless times. Did Alice in Wonderland do well, Matthew? Do you know offhand if that
No,
movie
it
did well
didn't.
initially?
And
It
what
didn't.
difference does that make in the
Mm,
scheme of things?
right, exactly, because that movie still turned out to be iconic, and it's one of the attraction is one of the most iconic things in Disney parks with the teacups, right? So
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy. So now, Matthew, okay, so this is your idea for this concert. Now, have they announced, or do we know if they're even going to do another one, or do
They
we have
may or
any?
may not, but they tend to announce it like nearer the time.
Mm, okay, well, hopefully they do, right? I mean, hopefully they do. I think it'd be kind of cool. Now, where were you? What was this televised, or was this like live streamed or
Yeah, it
something?
was
Where
live streamed on YouTube, I believe.
it was on YouTube. Okay, cool, 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 cool. You know what would also be kind of cool, Matthew, is
Yeah.
if on one of these, if they make this princess concert like an annual thing, but if one time they do like just an all Renaissance Disney princess concert and they have Michael Eisner hosting it, would you be down
Yeah.
for that?
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's interesting stuff, Matthew. Interesting idea. I mean, what other ideas do you have for this concert, if any? I mean, what's your what other concepts do you have for this?
I also think there would be a different lineup of songs for each returning actor.
Okay, so let's go over that.
So
What,
first of all we would have Jennifer Hale, the voice of Cinderella since 2000, and Christopher Daniel Barnes, the voice of both Prince Charming and Prince Eric since 2001.
okay, perfect. And
So
what?
so Hale and Barnes would sing a duet of "So This Is Love" from the original Cinderella, and then Barnes would then and then Jodie Benson would come on and swap places with Hale to perform a duet of "Part of Your World."
Okay, cool. All
It
right.
would
Who's
have to be a duet because we can't keep it too formulaic, for lack of a better word.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, cool. That no, I love that. I support that. And Jennifer Hale has done an amazing job voicing the character of Cinderella. You know,
Yeah,
she's been doing it for many years now, right?
yeah, since 2000s.
Yeah, she's
Some
amazing.
people say she may have even started in like 1993 or 94.
That's incredible. Now, is she an official Disney legend yet, Matthew? Do we know?
She hasn't been in class as an official Disney legend, and but Christopher Daniel Barnes has vouched for himself to be appointed as a legend, and Jennifer Hale as well.
Wait, he bowed out?
No, no, he's vouched for it.
Oh, he vouched for it. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Now, who? Now, what other songs do we have on the lineup for your
Next up,
version?
we'd have Brad Kane and Leia Salonga, the singing voices of Aladdin and Jasmine, singing A Whole New World.
Yes, I love that. Now, Leia Salonga still looks great. I mean, she's what in her 50s, but she looks really good at
54 now, I believe.
54. Have you seen her lately? She looks fantastic, dude.
Yeah, and her voice has aged like fine wine.
Mm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that. Fine wine. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Leia Salonga and
Brad, Brad Kane.
And Brad Kane. Cool, cool, cool. And who's next on the lineup?
Susan Egan would do the obligatory solo with I Won't Say I'm in Love.
To say what? Oh, okay. From Hercules.
Yeah, otherwise George won't be happy.
Yeah, the Italiano won't be very happy. You won't be a happy camper. Won't be a happy Italiano.
He won't be a happy customer.
No, 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 no. Absolutely not. And then what's the next song on the lineup?
Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi as Rapunzel and Eugene singing I See the Light.
Yes, love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, cool.
And then
Well,
finally, there would be a very, very interesting duet of We Know the Way from Moana. This time it would be between Orly Cravalho and Tamora Morrison.
oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, Matthew, real quick too. I want to ask, and that's your lineup, right? That's the lineup
Yeah.
for. Okay. Now, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever seen, and if you haven't, it's okay, but have you ever seen on YouTube, because I know you haven't been to Disneyland in California, but have you ever seen Wondrous Journeys, the fireworks show?
I believe I have.
Did you notice in that fireworks show how they beautifully weave the music in together?
Yeah.
Like there'll be songs, but they kind of mix in with each other and overlap.
Yeah.
Would you like maybe like a finale or some sort of segment where
Yeah, they should do like A Dream Is a Wish, Your Heart Aches, and like near the end they should have like a brief reprise of like the melodies of each prior song.
Yes, I love that. I absolutely love that. That style, the way they handle that in Wondrous Journeys is how they should do a lot more stuff. Because I've been very critical sometimes of these nighttime shows. They feel like clip shows where it's like they play the song and then they play the next song. But like the way they wove all that in together was so beautiful. But Matthew, I really love your idea. Keep us updated. Keep me updated in the DMs if there is ever an announcement for another Princess concert, and we'll do coverage here on OG55. Hopefully they do. We'll see. Now, before we go, outside of another Princess concert, are there any other kind of concerts you'd like to see Disney do outside of the Princess realm?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
All
right.
I'm gonna say is, but maybe it would be nice to get Tamora Morrison out of the Star Wars bubble a bit.
Yeah, let's get him out of that Star Wars bubble, Matthew. I agree with you.
He's been trapped inside for too long.
He's been trapped. It's a trap.
and I'm not blaming that on that specifically on Bob Iger. Lucas is also at fault.
Yes, very much so. Very, very much so. But Matthew Muir, all the way from the UK, family here at OG55. Thank you so much, Matthew, for always being such a good friend to us here at OG55. We love you, man. And if you can just remind everybody where they could find you on social media, sir.
You can find me on Instagram at Matthew Thomas Muir, all one word, and also on Blue Sky at MattMuir24.
Everybody at home, please follow Matthew on the social medias. He's a very, very passionate Disney fan, especially when it comes to animation. You have to follow this man. He has a lot of great insight, a very passionate, creative dude. So make sure you follow our good friend Matthew. Everybody home, comment down below with all your thoughts on everything we talked about today. The Princess concert that Matthew suggested, the Princess concert, if you watched it back in August, what did you think about that? And also the Disney Princess, really like the heartbeat of the Walt Disney Company in so many ways. Who's your favorite Disney princess? What's your favorite Disney princess movie? We would love to hear from you. Comment down below. And until the next time, see you.
Thank you so much for watching OG55. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and become a member today.